Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. B spoilers, Brooke's ultimate decision. Will she warn Ridge Forrester? This week on The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers say the battle lines will be drawn in the sand. Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, gives Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, one more chance to rehire Hope Logan, Annika Noel. When Steffi doesn't oblige, Carter declares war. Will Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, stand by and let Ridge's company go up in smoke? Here's what's coming up next on B. Spoilers ahead. Brooke Logan is in a tough position on The Bold and the Beautiful. She has managed to keep her daughter's relationship with Carter a secret from Ridge. But, will she stand by and let Carter launch his attack on Forrester Creations and not warn Ridge? At the end of the day, Ridge made it very clear he would always be loyal to his daughter Steffi. Is Brooke wrong to be loyal to her daughter Hope and not spill the beans and warn the Forresters? Carter Walton's plan hasn't been completely revealed. It's one of those storylines where the writers seem to be avoiding all of the complicated legal aspects of it. From the clues that have been dropped, it sounds like Carter may be able to overthrow Steffi's position and take control in the boardroom. Obviously, there has to be a lot of contracts and loopholes involved. When Carter and Hope lower the hammer on the Forrester family, all hell is going to break loose on the CBS soap. If Brooke supports her daughter's move, Ridge may cut all ties with her for good. Can she really support Ridge after he fired her daughter so heartlessly? No matter how the chips fall, Brooke and Ridge seem to be on course for an icy breakup. Is Brooke going to warn Ridge and the Forrester family, or just let Hope and Carter do their thing? Is she wrong? The soft hum of tension filled the Forrester mansion as Brooke Logan sipped her morning coffee, staring out the window at the sprawling garden. It was an unusually quiet day, but Brooke's mind was far from peaceful. Her thoughts churned, replaying the previous night's revelation. She had stumbled across a conversation she was never meant to hear: Thomas Forrester and Taylor Hayes, their voices low but unmistakable, conspiring to keep something monumental from Ridge. Brooke couldn't make out all the details, but the urgency in their voices made it clear they were hiding a secret that could change Ridge's life forever. Brooke's instincts screamed at her to act. Ridge deserved to know the truth. But her heart wavered. Would exposing Thomas and Taylor's scheme push Ridge further away from her? After all, their relationship was already teetering on the edge, thanks to years of misunderstandings, betrayals, and the lingering specter of Taylor. She sighed, placing her cup on the counter. The choice before her was agonizing. Loyalty to Ridge or self-preservation? Truth or the risk of losing him to Taylor once again? A secret worth keeping? Across town, Taylor paced in her office, her nerves frayed. She and Thomas had worked tirelessly to ensure their secret stayed buried. Thomas had even reassured her that Brooke wouldn't dare intervene. She knows better than to stick her nose where it doesn't belong, Thomas had said confidently. But Taylor wasn't so sure. Brooke Logan wasn't the type to back down from a fight, especially when Ridge was involved. Taylor knew her rival too well. Brooke's love for Ridge had always been her driving force, and her Achilles heel. Still, Taylor clung to hope. If Brooke valued her own happiness, she'd keep quiet. This wasn't just about Ridge, it was about Taylor's own fragile relationship with him. After all the progress they'd made, losing Ridge to another round of Logan drama would be unbearable. The weight of truth, Brooke's internal debate, stretched into the evening. She wandered through the house, memories of her life with Ridge flashing like an old photo album in her mind. Their love had survived so much: affairs, lies, and rivalries. But had it reached its breaking point? Her phone buzzed, pulling her from her thoughts. It was Eric Forrester. "Brooke, are you all right? You've been quiet today." Eric's voice was calm, but his concern was evident. "I'm fine," she replied, though her voice betrayed her. "Just thinking." "Thinking about Ridge?" he asked knowingly. Brooke hesitated. "Among other things." Eric's gentle laughter echoed through the line. "You've always had a way of overthinking things when it comes to him. Follow your heart, Brooke. It's rarely steered you wrong." His words hung in the air long after the call ended. Follow her heart. But what if her heart led her to a choice she might regret? The moment of truth, the next day, Brooke made her decision. She needed to see Ridge, face to face. If she was going to warn him, it had to be now. Arriving at Forrester Creations, she found Ridge in his office, surrounded by sketches and fabric swatches. He looked up as she entered, his eyes softening. "Brooke," he greeted, setting down his pencil. "This is a surprise." She managed a small smile, her nerves bubbling beneath the surface. "Ridge, we need to talk." He gestured for her to sit, his brow furrowing. "What's on your mind?" Brooke hesitated, her gaze locking with his. She could feel the weight of her choice pressing down on her. "I overheard something last night," she began carefully. "Something about you. And I think you deserve to know." Ridge's expression shifted, a mixture of curiosity and caution. "What is it?" Brooke took a deep breath. "Thomas and Taylor, they're hiding something from you. I don't know all the details, but it's important. They were talking about keeping it from you at all costs." For a moment, Ridge didn't respond. The room seemed to shrink around them as he processed her words. "Brooke," he said finally, his voice steady but tinged with disbelief. "Are you sure about this? You're not just misinterpreting something?" Her heart ached at his doubt, but she stood firm. "I'm sure, Ridge. I wouldn't come to you with this if I wasn't." The fallout. Ridge leaned back in his chair, running a hand through his hair. Brooke watched him closely, unsure how he would react. "Why would they hide something from me?" he muttered, more to himself than to her. "Because they think they're protecting you," Brooke replied softly. "But you deserve the truth, Ridge. Whatever it is, you have a right to know." His eyes met hers, and for a fleeting moment, she saw the man she fell in love with, the man who valued honesty above all else. "Thank you, Brooke," he said, his voice filled with gratitude. "For telling me." Her heart swelled, but she knew this was only the beginning. Whatever secret Taylor and Thomas were keeping, it was bound to unravel their fragile peace. The aftermath. As Brooke left Forrester Creations, she felt a mix of relief and trepidation. She had done the right thing, but at what cost? Would Ridge see her actions as a betrayal of his family? Or would he finally understand that her love for him was unwavering? Meanwhile, back at Taylor's office, Thomas stormed in, his face pale. "Mom, we have a problem," he said, slamming the door behind him. "What is it?" Taylor asked, alarmed. "Brooke. She knows." Taylor's heart sank. The battle lines were drawn, and the fallout was inevitable. Conclusion. Brooke's decision to warn Ridge was more than just an act of love, it was a declaration of her belief in their bond. But as the truth threatened to surface, the question remained, would it bring them closer together or tear them apart for good? One thing was certain, on the bold and the beautiful, no secret stayed buried forever. And Brooke Logan's choice would change everything. 4-0